Hey friends, Sam here. Thanks for watching another one of my videos. Today I've got this Xbox One rechargeable battery controller mount doodah. So the condition of it is absolutely rank. I don't know how it's ended up with all these paint splatters on it. It's really dusty all in the back there, and overall it's just grimy and it's gross. But it works. So the way it works is it's got a little rechargeable battery that's in the back of the controller there, and that just sits in there, and a little light comes on there and it charges, and sweet. The only issue I have is that one, it's really gross, and two, because this battery actually protrudes a tiny bit, more than a normal AA battery would, the battery cover I have doesn't fit on. I either have to have it like that with it open at the back, or just not on at all. And that can occasionally mean that the battery moves around a little bit and can bump it and then disconnect, which is really annoying. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up, pull it apart, give it a wash, and then I actually kind of want to make it look more like the Xbox One controller. So this front bit, you can see where the seam is there, so everything around this bit I'm actually going to paint it white, so that it kind of matches the look of the Xbox controller. And I'm gonna have to trim a little square or rectangle out of this area here so that it fits properly, can be all sealed up, and then can sit nicely and charge. So that's what's happening today. So stick around and watch me do all those things. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm obviously gonna do is pull it apart. I have no idea what to expect from this because, well, I've never done pull apart anything like this before. So hopefully it's relatively easy to deal with. Probably going to find some spiders in here because you can tell it's not been very well looked after. This is a bundle, this came in a bundle just with like everything else pretty much that I've got. The typewriter, the PS3 controller, the Xbox 360 that I had, all that stuff has come from the same family. So just judging by the state of all of that stuff, you can tell that they just haven't looked after anything, and I have no clue why. There was even a couple printers I got from them. It was all a bundle for $100, so I thought, why not just get it and keep some stuff, sell others to make my money back. And yeah, but there's some printers that came with it, and even they had paint and stuff all over them. So I just don't know how someone could just not look after stuff like that. Also, I hate dealing with these little foam feet that cover up screw ports because the foam always gets ruined. So let's just try and do this nicely. So it should just be two more or four more screws under the feet here, and then hopefully the whole thing will come apart. Okay, now that they're all out, that comes off. There's cobwebs in there, off to a good start. Oh, there's more screws. And hopefully that, yes, look at that. Alright, so this is a pretty grotty bit. Originally I was going to paint this too, but it's got some texture. I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see the texture there. And I reckon that'll just come up looking weird if I paint that white. So keep this black, but clean it up all really nice. And if you paint this white, it should have a nice contrast to kind of match the Xbox One controller. So set this bit to the side, this bit too, that'll all go in the bath. Then you've got all the chargy port bits. So I guess it's just a bunch more screws. Why is there always hair in it? There's a little cheeky little hair. Ugh, why? I'm convinced that with everything I get, there's someone who just plucks out one of their hairs, opens it up, and puts it in there just to mess with me. Gross. So this is the pass-through for the LEDs to let you know it's charging and it's finished charging. So it's relatively clean on the inside, but the back of it needs a bit of a wash. I wonder if that comes apart even more. I don't think it needs to. Oh, okay, never mind. There you go. God, those pins are a lot longer than I thought they would be. Look at that. Big long boys. And that one there. Boom. So surprisingly this isn't too bad. It's just a bit dirty in the back there, so I'll just go over that with a bit of a toothbrush and some isopropyl. I'll set that to the side. This won't be painted because that's the little light tube, which I assume should be able to come out. Hopefully it does. Hopefully I don't have to just tape it up. Oh, there you go. Two little clips. Cool. So that needs a good clean as well, because it's really scratched and it's got paint on it. Ideally I'd like to polish it up to get rid of the scratches, but I don't have anything for that at the moment. I have a bit of metal polish, but I don't think that's going to work. So that'll just clean up best I can. So that'll go on the bath as well. And this is the bit that'll be getting painted. I'll wash it in a little bit, but first I want to focus on this bit. I'm not looking forward to it. I know cutting it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. So I'm going to mark it up. I'm going to cut it. Hopefully it fits really well. And then after we get this all sorted, and I can set this to the side, then I will clean all this stuff, get to painting, and then we should be good to go. So controller cut, wash, paint, reassemble. Yes, let's get into it. Okay, so the way this is going to go is I've got a little caliper here, so I'll have to measure the space between there and the protruding bit, and then the same with the sides as well. Measure that, transfer that over onto this, just from measuring straight from there, like that, and on the sides as well, so that shouldn't be too hard. And then I will mark it out with pencil or pen, whatever is easier. Then the scary bit is ruining this, so I've got my drill here, and I will drill a couple pilot holes in the plastic there. And then after that, it'd be easier if I had a Dremel. I don't. I have a coping saw. I went and bought a coping saw this morning. So I will have to try my best to, you know, cut it. And then when the cuts are a bit jaggedy, because they probably will be, I've got a little tiny file here. It's not as coarse as I'd like, but it should file away. You know what I mean? Yeah, sweet. I'm glad everyone understands. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get it done. Yep, that's how things work. So measuring there, I'll leave a little bit of extra room as well, just so I have a bit of extra room to play with. So then I'll transfer that over onto this. So I'm going to do this for the other sides as well. Okay, I'll drill a tiny little hole with this small drill bit through, and then I'll go through with this bigger one after, and I'll do it in all four corners so it makes it easier when I'm cutting it. So start with the first one, no going back now. And bigger drill bit. And get coping sawing. That's how it works, isn't it? That's how you say words. Sweet. That was a nightmare. Alright, so I've got some filing to do. Okay, I'm going to file this and try and get this looking a lot neater. Filing's not exactly fun to watch, so I'm just going to do it off camera, and then you will see it looking hopefully nice and crisp around the edges. There you go. Filed it all down. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's good enough that I'm happy with it. Like you can see around the edges in there, it's a little bit mushed up. But I've cleaned it all up now. There's a bit of staining from the permanent marker, but that's on the inside, so I'm not too worried about that. But there you go. So I've got a nice little window there. Test it out. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. I'm happy with that. That looks good. I can actually have the battery cover on there. It says Xbox. Sweet. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is clean. So let's get into that stuff. there we go. I'm actually impressed with this paint job. I didn't expect it to come out looking so good, really. But still, it's a bit unfortunate around like the plastic cover here. It's still pretty scuffed up. So unless I get some plastic polish out, which I don't have any, but I might be able to do that in the future, then it's still going to look a little bit scuffed. But other than that, like, it's looking pretty decent. And now it matches the controller as well. Same colors. I mean, it's not really the same white. This is more of a matte white, but I didn't think about that. But I'm still happy with it. So, and we've got the nice trimmed up battery compartment there too. Doesn't look too bad. I'm happy with that. I honestly thought it would look a bit more rough than that. But I can happily say that I'm happily happy. Okay, let's turn this on and prove that it works. Boom, lights come on and set it on. And look at that. Charging. Sweet, and to prove that the top one works as well. Sometimes you have to position it a bit awkward. There you go. And that one's on as well. So sweet. We've got ourselves a nice rechargeable battery in the Xbox controller, and the rechargeable stand now looks almost brand new. Except for some dodgy little paints around here, but don't worry about that. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I don't know if it was worth putting the video up, but I was doing this and thought, hey, may as well film it, and maybe some people will enjoy it. So thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all those things. Thank you so much. Okay, bye bye.